Welcome, everyone. Namaste. This is Heather Burkart with Her Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. Welcome. In today's practice, I invite you to join me in a new moon flow for Gemini. Gemini, as you may know, is an airy air sign, and it's ruled by the planet Mercury. So this is very much the Vata dosha, to speak in Ayurvedic terms. So the Vata dosha is very airy and mobile and cold. And so for balancing, very much needs to connect with earth energy. So as you'll see in today's practice, we are grounded on the floor, and we'll be focusing on a floor practice to connect with earth energy. Mercury is a very fast moving planet. And so in any new moon practice, we'll want to slow things down, move with the breath, move with intention, and move meditatively. So think about this as a flowing meditation in motion, and I'll be guiding the breath as we move. So let's begin, and I'll continue to tell you a little bit more about the Gemini air sign. First, let's start with moving the torso around in a circle, like so, finding a comfortable seat, hanging on to the knees, circling the torso. And now we'll begin to bring our attention inwardly forward, just like that. Moving comfortably, breathing naturally. Take a moment to pause here, grab onto the knees, tuck the tail round the spine, round the shoulders forward, and then reverse. Rotate the torso, move slowly and breathe. Hang on to the knees. But nice. And then we'll tuck the tail underneath as we round the back, the shoulders, drop the chin. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. Back again, tucking the tail, rounding the back, bringing the chin down. Full exhale. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. A couple more cat-cow tilts like that. So in today's practice, we'll focus on the chest, the shoulders, the throat. And the reason why we're doing that is because Gemini is associated with the chakra of communication and speech, or the throat chakra. It's also aligned with communication, expression, creativity. And so we'll want to open up into that energy by working with this upper body here, working with the throat and the neck. Good. We'll add some arms here, interlace the fingers, press the palms away as you round the back. Exhale, inhale to lift the arms overhead, only as far as the shoulders will allow. No need to force. Breath by breath, finding an equal breath in and out, lifting the shoulders up, maybe lifting the chest, maybe back bend there as we continue cat-cow tilts with arms. Once more here, reaching the arms up and then opening arms wide to the right. Take a twist. Let the hands fall down to the ground. Support yourself as you lift up through the spine. Look towards the back shoulder. Tuck the chin down and start to roll the head from side to side. Drawing the chin down. And then from shoulder to shoulder, just like that, breath by breath. Remember, this is a meditation in motion. Just slowly unwind. Take it to the other side, twist to the left, looking back over the back shoulder, tuck the chin, and then start to roll the head towards the shoulder. Good. Press down as you lift up through the torso and spine. Tall spine, rolling out the head, slowly unwind. We'll take a forward fold here. Reaching arms forward, taking a full breath in and out. Start to walk the hands back in. So in this practice, we may also be vocalizing to activate the throat chakra. I'll invite you to switch the cross of the legs. We'll do that again, walking the hands forward. I like to maybe even use blocks here. By the way, I like to have blocks present in all of my flows, but if you don't have a block, you can use a pillows, reaching the arms over the blocks, leaning forward, taking a full breath in and out here. And then on the exhale, sigh the breath away. Let's do that once more. Breath in and sigh the breath out. Start to walk yourself up. You can bring the blocks back to the front of your mat. Once again, bringing hands to the heart, inviting a moment of stillness as we move to the next stage of the practice. Coming forward into tabletop pose, we'll continue working with the shoulders. The shoulders very much are connected with the openness of the chest. As the shoulders tighten, we might have this going on. So we want to open up and release the shoulders to help broaden across the chest. We'll start with shoulder rolls here, both hands down, pressing down, spread the fingers wide, start to roll the shoulders back. Soften through the elbows, roll the shoulders back, and roll them forward, just like that. Oh, I'm losing my mic here. Good, and reverse. Do that a few more times to warm up the shoulders. We'll take the right arm up to the sky, reaching high. And then exhale, sweep that arm through as if we're preparing for, we're preparing for thread the needle, but over the arm and hold here. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Should do something with this hair. Good, once more. Reaching up on an inhale. Exhale. This time we'll bring the shoulder all the way down to the ground. The right shoulder down. Reach the left arm up. Good. And then aim towards the front of your mat. Reaching the arm. Press that right shoulder down. Lengthen the left arm away. Try to balance across the hips. Hips are above the knees here, so the hips are straight up. Option to take this upper arm and wrap it behind the back for a bind. Breathe here. And then we'll slowly unwind, bringing the left hand down in front of the face. Press yourself up. Let's go for one more reach up to the sky. Bring that arm down. If you'd like, you can use blocks here for tabletop pose. As we move to the left arm, reaching high. Now the blocks are going to get in the way, actually. Maybe not. Reaching through, holding, and then bringing that arm up on an inhale, exhale. Take your time as you reach that arm through. Once more. This time I'll have to move the blocks away. Reaching left arm up, exhale. Bring the arm through, thread the needle. The left shoulder comes down to the ground. The left side of the head rests. Reaching the right arm up. Breathe here. Exhale, float the arm down with control towards the front of your mat. Pent hands here. You can use a block and reach onto the block here. Option to bring that right arm up and wrap it behind the back for a bind. Balance across both hips. The knees can be comfortably wide. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, bring the hand, that free hand down in front of the face. Press yourself up. One more reach to the sky. And then bring that arm down. We'll settle back in child's pose. Sink the hips back. I like to use the blocks here. When we use more props in our practice, that's more earth energy. So grabbing hold of the props, extending arms forward as you release the forehead down. Breathe into the belly here. You're welcome to take a few sighing breaths here. So as you inhale through the nose, expand belly, ribs, and chest, and then sigh it out on the exhale. Ah. Let's do that twice more. Big breath in. Filling up belly, ribs, and chest. Shoulders stay relaxed. Full exhale. Ha. Good. Start to come forward on the blocks. You can use the blocks or set them aside here. We'll move into a soft upward down dog. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Blocks are right under the shoulders for support here. Drop the hips down, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. And then back you go to child's pose again, finding a balanced flow, rolling through the spine as you come forward, settling the hips down, rolling the shoulders back, lift the chest. You can look up to stretch the front of the throat as well. So that's all on a full inhale, and then back you go on an exhale with control and awareness. Remember, we're looking for equal breaths here. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest, maybe even stretching the throat. And then back to child's pose. Nice. And then coming forward once again, this time onto the belly. Bring the hips down. Coming into Sphinx pose first. The hair is wild today. Embrace the wildness of the body. Elbows down. Roll the shoulders back. Press the hips down and press the tops of the feet down. The feet are hip distance, maybe a little wider. We'll take the chin down to the chest on an exhale. Inhale to lift the chin up and away. One more times like that, breath by breath. Remember slow, mindful movements. Then releasing the hands wide, wider than your mat. In front of the shoulders. We'll roll up to seal pose on your next available inhale. Press into the hands, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. And then down you go on an exhale. Bring the forehead down. Inhale all the way up, rolling up. It's not required to straighten the arms, especially if you're feeling that on the low back. Press the feet down and gently squeeze the glutes to protect the low back here as we're flowing in and out of seal pose. Good, one more time. Maybe holding here or coming back to Sphinx pose to release the low back. And then we'll take the head down to crocodile Elbows wide here. Pick up the feet and wag the feet from side to side. Release the low. Forehead down on the hands. And then drop feet. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press yourself up and all the way back. Meet us back in child's pose. Stretch the low back here. Again, if you want, you can use blocks, stretching the arms over the blocks, like so. And slowly rise. Nice. Maybe a couple of shoulder rolls here, maybe a twist from side to side, whatever feels good to you. Now we're going to roll onto the back. So keep a block handy. We'll prepare for a supported bridge pose. Again, I'm going to use my blanket here as a base for my hips. Move this out of the way. Okay, knees bent, feet pressing down, arms at the sides. Press the feet down, press the arms and the hands down, even the shoulders as you start to lift the chest and lift the hips up and away from the mat. And exhale to release down. A couple more times like that. Inhale, hips lift, exhale, release down. You can roll down the spine, slow it down. Inhale. This time we're going to add arms, reaching arms straight up. And then releasing arms, floating them down to the ground. Once more, lifting the hips and reaching the arms up. And now overhead. Taking a breath all the way to the top of the chest here, and then exhale to release down. We'll do that a couple more times, flowing with the breath, reaching arms up and over, lifting hips. Full breath to the top of the chest, full exhalation. Good. Once more, lift the hips, reach the arms up, all the way over. If that's working for your shoulders today, breathe here and hold if you can. I suggest grabbing a block, placing it under the hips for support. You can use the flat side down, right across the sacrum. That's above the tail and below the lumbar or curve, lower curve of the spine. You can use the long side down. So there's the big flat side and then there's the shorter long side. And notice what feels good today. We'll take the arms overhead once more. Engage through the feet, root the feet down, connect with earth energy. We'll begin to scissor the arms, breath by breath. Just like so, with awareness. Good. Breath by breath. Meet me with arms overhead. Then releasing the arms down to the ground. Removing both the block. Press the hips up. Remove the block. Roll down the spine. Sacrum rests on the ground. Take a moment to breathe here. Step the feet wide and wag the knees from side to side. Just like that. And you can turn your head from side to side as well. See what it's like to move in coordination with the legs, following the knees from side to side, or in opposition, head turning in the opposite direction than the knees, the legs. Just notice what that's like. And then eventually gathering knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze here. Wrap arms around the legs or grab hold. Let the knees separate comfortably. You can rock a little here from side to side. Again, you can rock the head side to side as well. Looking for coordination here throughout the body, letting the whole body rock comfortably from side to side. This is very calming for the vagus nerve, allowing all the organs to relax and slowing down, coming into stillness. We'll end with a couple of belly breaths here, a few rounds of belly breaths. You can bring the hands to belly. Knees are comfortably bent, feet comfortably wide, taking a breath in, allowing belly to expand with the inhale, gently and softly. And then on the exhale, I invite you to sigh the breath out with a ah, taking a breath in with me. Oh, find the bottom of that breath. Do that a couple more times with me if you'd like. Inhale, belly breath. Oh, good. Once more. Inhale into the abdomen, comfortably moving into spaces. And then exhale. Oh, nice. And from here, we'll settle into a short relaxation. Lengthen the legs, rest the arms at your sides. If you want to try a heart opener as you're laying back, you can take a block and just lay it across the mat. And that's going to go across the upper back, just below the shoulders. Actually, that's more of like that's the mid back, right under the shoulders, like so. It's option number one. For option number two, you can also lay another block down in a T formation, a little bit away from the block towards the front of your mat, and that will support the head. So give that a try, and you could try a different configuration as well. Make sure that feels comfortable. The idea is to allow the shoulder blades to release down to the ground. In between the blocks, the feet are comfortably wide. Take a moment to wag out the feet and just release the low back, the hips, the legs. Option to take the knees wide, the soles of the feet together. Notice what feels comfortable in your body right now. We'll allow the breath to soften, become more passive. Releasing the effort of the practice. Letting the muscles go limp and the bones become heavy. Starting to feel it in the low back here. You can bend the knees, bring the knees up, lengthen the low back. So in other words, feel free to shift around and find a shape that feels comfortable, especially if you start to feel strain in the low back. One or two more moments here. One more breath in and a sighing exhale out. Mm. Rolling over to one side. Roll off the blocks. Press yourself up. And find a comfortable seat. We'll end our practice with a little bit of breath work here. I like to sit right on top of a block, propping the hips up. It gives the hips a little bit more room to relax, allowing the knees to relax down to the ground. If you want, you can take a couple more shoulder rolls here, maybe rolling out the head. We'll do one more head or neck exercise here as we prepare for pranayama and meditation. Slowly turning the head from side to side. Notice anything that's going on in the head and neck region. You might even feel this in the top of the shoulders. Breath by breath, turning the head from side to side. So with the Gemini practice, we're embracing this duality of the body and mind system. And to balance both sides of those systems, we work with the alternate sides of the nose, the nostrils. So we'll start by taking a finger to the right nostril and breathe in through the left nostril. And then switch, point your finger to the other left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right again. Switch and exhale left. It's one full round of alternate nostril breathing. Inhale left nostril. Slowly drawing in the breath. Switch at the top of that breath. Exhale right. Inhale right. Drawing that breath in and filling yourself up, especially the lungs. At the top of that inhale, switch, exhale left. If you want to try a mudra for alternate nostril breathing, you would place the first two fingers at the above the brow and use the thumb and the ring finger to alternate, or you can just stay with pointer fingers. We'll take one more round together, closing the right nostril, inhale left. Switch at the top, exhale right. Inhale right nostril, drawing the breath in steady and smooth. Filling yourself up at the very top, switch, exhale left nostril. Releasing the mudra, bringing first finger and thumb together in dhyana mudra. Using our hands and our fingers also connect with Gemini, two sides of the body, and taking a moment to simply observe and notice the effects of your practice. Moving inward to the body, feeling the breath flow naturally. Tuning into the effects of Nadi Shodhana, that's alternate nostril breathing. Another lovely mudra to try is bringing the thumb and all fingers gently together and resting the hands in front of the heart center. Again, aligning all energies, opposing energies of the body mind system. Really feeling the touch and warmth between the fingers and the energy in between the palms. Bringing the palms a little closer together, feel the palms pressing, take a breath into that sensation. And then release the palms away and see if you can feel the energy in between the palms. You're welcome to play with that a couple more times. Keeping attention towards the heart center, fingers between the palms. Now bringing palms back together, closing the fingers together, coming into prayer mudra. We bring all sides, both sides of the body, mind together. And we give thanks to this practice. We give thanks to ourselves for showing up for this, for being present in our day-to-day lives. We give thanks for this day, another amazing opportunity to be aware, mindful of ourselves and others and all living beings. In other words, namaste. If you want, you can bow your head towards your hands with this offering of gratitude, bowing towards the wisdom of the body. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today, a new moon practice for Gemini. Take it easy in this new moon time. It's usually about one day before and one day after the new moon to just rest, reflect, do more restorative practices, some writing, relaxation practices, spend time with people you love and adore, and spend time with the most important person in your life, you. Namaste, everyone. This is Heather Burkart with For Wellbeing, Ayurveda, and Yoga. I'll see you on the mat. Take care.